Good morning, students and staff. This is Mr. Polly. Just want to go over some things for our Friday distance learning coming up this week. This will be similar to what we did 2 weeks ago when we had our first hybrid Friday distance learning, but wanted to go over it a little bit more because we have a little more details on what you guys can expect, both from a teacher's perspective and from a student perspective. As we look at our schedule here for Fridays, we have a modified schedule in the morning, starting at 8:30, periods 1 through 7. By 12 o'clock, we're done. And then in the afternoon, after lunch, teachers will be working all day, but they will be doing planning and having team meetings. And students, if you still have work to do, whether it's homework from the morning or work from the rest of the week, you still have time to do that on Friday during your school day. Over here on the right side, we have the student Friday schedule. So what I'm looking at, students, is having you understand before you leave today what your schedule is going to be on Friday. So what I would recommend you doing sometime today is getting into Skyward and seeing which classes you have and thinking about putting them into this period schedule. With that in mind, some of our guidance and expectations with Friday is that all of the classes, basically any class that you have every day of the week, anything that's in Skyward as an everyday meets class, you will have on Friday. So 6th grade, that would be all of your math, science, social, reading, writing. If you're a student that's in Reach, that would be a class as well that you would have on Friday. Any classes that you have every day, you would have in your schedule on Friday. For 7th and 8th grade, same math, science, social, English, health in 7th grade, Project Lead the Way in 8th grade. Students that have Reach would have Reach every day, so you would have class on Friday as well. We do have Phi-Ed in 7th and 8th grade for those cohorts or those groups of students that have Phi-Ed every day. For example, in 7th grade, only 2 groups have Phi-Ed every day because those are the 2 groups that don't have band or choir. Some of our classes, like for example in 6th grade, are music, Phi-Ed, life skills, and advisory classes you would not have on Friday. 7th and 8th grade, study hall, you also would not have. If you have Phi-Ed every other day, you would also not have Phi-Ed on Friday as well. And so we'll share this with you as well, but keeping this in mind, if I look at, for example, a 6th grade schedule, you can see this 6th grade schedule. These classes that have ones all the way from D1 to day 6, those are everyday classes. So those classes would meet on Friday at that period, except for period 7, which is advisory. We would not have advisory in 6th grade on Friday. A 7th grade group or 7th grade example, this 7th grade student schedule, you can see that Phi-Ed actually, it's 2 sections. This student does have Phi-Ed every day, so this student would be expected to be in Phi-Ed on Friday. But then this student has study hall and band on opposite days, period 2. They would not be expected to be in there. For study hall for sure, and I'll get to band in just a moment. But the rest of the day, schedule for this student, science, math, health, English, social, periods 3 through 7, this student would be expected, is required to be in that class. Just a little bit on band and choir. Band and choir teachers will communicate to students on what the expectation is. The plan right now is that we probably would do band and choir, all band and choir students. 1 week we might have all band students joining the group. Then the following week we might have all choir students joining the group. We're looking to have the band and choir teachers communicate that to students prior to each Friday. And that can be found from the teachers in class as well as your Google Classrooms. All right, so just to recap, Friday's schedule is modified from 8:30 till 12 o'clock. Students should fill in, if you want, fill in what this schedule is. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your teachers. But one other thing is those classes, those teachers that have these classes in red, with the exception of study hall, if you have music or phy or life skills, um, those teachers will have their Google Meets open. So if you want to connect with one of those teachers during that period, you can feel free to do that as well. That's pretty much it, middle schoolers. Why don't you let us know if you have any questions today, which is Wednesday, or tomorrow, Thursday, for our Group B students. Thank you.